Hello ASE 2021. Now, I've just done a session, but I thought I'd give you a further insight into what that session was about in case you missed it. So what I'm going to do is show you a card game. This is an educational tool that we produced at the Linnean Society, and the plan is to try and get this card game into as many schools as possible in the UK, because we think it's a really useful tool to explore nature in lots of different creative interdisciplinary ways. I'm just going to do a quick run through here. We have 5 different sets of cards of different colours, and the whole set is about 125 cards. The concept is that you combine different words here to create a new species. I'm going to just do a simple way of running through it so you can see how it goes. So I'll get rid of the green cards, and I'll get rid of let's get rid of the orange cards. I'll tell you what they are later. So here, the purple cards, we have body parts. So brine, pterodactyl, you might recognise some of these. We'll go with pod. For the red cards, these are species types. So a lot of them are animals, to be fair, but you might want to take them out if you want to look at other types of species. But it's quite an easily accessible way of doing it. So we have ran, arac, like arachnid, saw, canny, AV. Let's go with AV. And here we have the cyan cards, light blue, and these are numbers. So deci, centi, oct, mono. Let's go with mono. So here we have the 3 that we've selected. If you were doing this with a class, they could each select a different 3, or you could do it all doing the same one, whichever you'd like. Let's flip them over. Mono means 1. AV means bird, like aviation, flight. And pod means foot. So here we have a bird with 1 foot. So we could obviously draw that, create that, think about what it looks like and why it might have 1 foot. Maybe it's hiding 1 foot and you don't see it, so a scientist may have called it this 1-footed bird, or there might be something else going on there. And because we're creating unique species here, you can give the ownership of the species to the individual that drew it. And from that, you can then start to explore other topics like classification. What genus is it in? What family? What kingdom even, depending on how you do this. You could also explore the habitat of this creature. You could think about why its characteristics might help it be advantageous in the environment it lives in. What's its life cycle? What does it eat? So through this, we're creating a species that the individual who's playing it can really have no wrong answers. They're just creating something and thinking about these processes. The other thing we can do is flip these back over and create its binomial name. All species have binomial names. I'm a Homo sapien, but any species that you find will have a binomial name, a 2-part name. So this could be Avis monopod, which sounds pretty good. You might want to go a bit further and look at what bird this actually looks like. Avi isn't a very good genus because it's so broad, bird. So you might want to find an actual bird genus that exists and pop that in there instead, taking that away and giving it a more accurate name. I'll put these away and show you the next 2 piles just for clarity. These ones are adjectives. So we have micro meaning small, gano meaning shining, and brachy meaning short. So you can carry on through these. And the other ones are green, erythrae, like erythrocytes being the red blood cells, lute, yellow, bird, green, claw, green. It's quite good to have a look at these and see how sometimes the Latin or Greek word that it has on the front translates into some English words like chlorophyll. Now, what I was asking in the session is how we can get this game into lots and lots of different schools. Now, I printed off a limited number of these professionally, and they cost quite a lot of money. They're like £30 a set. But if you buy them in bulk, this comes down to about £2 or £3 a set, which is obviously a lot more affordable, taking into consideration things like storage cost, distribution cost, postage. So we need to figure a way out of how to do this, and the thought is that we'll launch a Kickstarter to do it. Now, to do this, I want to form a steering committee of teachers or educators or people who might have good networks with teachers and schools across the UK. And I would like to trial the current set that I have printed out in a variety of different schools in the UK, just to get feedback and perfect the set before we launch.